released from the incident, and many adventurers have recently completed the difficult trek, despite the worry and discouragements from the international community. Here is what William from Perth, Australia has to say about his recent trek to Everest Base Camp.
I'm William White. I'm from Perth, West Australia, but I'm originally Scottish, and we have just returned from base camp. Now, base camp was a very interesting place to go. It is passable. We met a young doctor, Rachel, who had the quickest walk I ever came across coming down, and she told us that base camp is accessible except for a small space and time, but it was still accessible, and that's the most important thing. It was from Lukla. We proceeded up the valley, if I can call it that. It was beautiful, but it was a bit disastrous as far as buildings go. There is plenty of stopover places for remedial things, water, food. The accommodation was limited in some places because of the post-earthquake situation, but there was plenty of accommodation in the meantime. The scenery was beautiful. There's just one word for it. The population, the way that they live is simple, and it's well worth seeing how hard they work here. I found the trek very challenging, but it was worthwhile. And the experience of the Nepal country and the mountains is, well, beautiful. The routes, in my opinion, is very safe, but you've got to remember it's mountainous country, but it's still passable, and you don't come here to be frightened from the country. You've got to enjoy the country. The country is there to be enjoyed. The crossing of the bridges is in some cases spectacular, because I never knew that there were spans the size of 100 metres, and I was a wee bit concerned at the Sir Edmund Hillary Bridge, and there's been a new bridge built above it, but it's very passable indeed. I was a wee bit concerned, but when I seen the tour guide walk over it, I said, bugger it, that's for me, and I grabbed it with both hands, and we proceeded on up the valley to Everest Base Camp. Well, certainly it was restricted at present because there is not visitation, if I can call it that, that's happening. People, I never had any problems as far as accommodation goes. There was very few people there for a start, but the accommodation is there, and it's just actually waiting for the return of the tourist. And I think it's well worthwhile, the effort and the scenery up there. You've just got a lovely country. It's very, very seldom you'll ever get a chance to see this unless you come here and enjoy it. Not at all. I was never worried. I'm not easily worried. Well, you've got to come here with an open mind. I came with an open mind, and I was ready to take whatever came. And I think it's time people returned here. People are trying to rebuild. There's a lot of international help coming to this country, and it needs more help, i.e. the tourists returning and feeling safe. And that's the main thing. But the bottom line is, you will enjoy the countryside. The passage, there was no obstacles for us to pass up through to Mount Everest Base Camp. and the only comment I can add was that Dr. Rachel. His comment, and this was